Transformation in 3, 2, 1.
Hi, everybody. Welcome in. Hello, beautiful gazers. How are you? If you're new here, welcome in, welcome in. I'm Heather Stargazer, here to do a reading for the collective. That's whoever, whenever, wherever. I hope you guys are doing fantastic today. Let's just take a deep breath. Both feet on the floor. One more. That's better. How are you guys doing today? We're going to start off with some tarot. We'll get some clarifiers. Have all kinds of interesting oracle decks laying around. Let's see what calls to us. We're starting with the Gourmet Tarot. Ancestors, spirits, guides, what messages do you have for the collective, for whoever, whenever, wherever, who's ever visiting this reading today? Oh, if it was meant to find them, these messages are for them. Look at that Empress. Claim that energy. Now we have the Four of Swords in reverse. Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. Let's get a few more out. Page of Wands. Four of Wands in the reverse. The Chariot in the reverse. It feels like you're activated. You're ready to go. You've been sitting around long enough and you've got that little bit of, like a starter seed, right? That starter package. Here's that Ace of Pentacles coming through, like an offer coming through. But you get some news about it that might stall you out a little bit. Let's get 3 more cards and we'll dig in. 5 of Pentacles, there it is, right? 2 of Wands. Yeah, can you give me... Can you let us know what is the Ace of Pentacles here? What is that outcome? Queen of Swords. Very good, very good. 10 of Wands. This is actually quite relieving. If you've been carrying any stress, if you've been carrying too much of the burden, 10 of Wands is the overarching energy in the reverse. Says it's okay to set some of that down. You don't have to carry all of that. And I think you're coming to realize that right now, right? Not every offer is a good offer. Not every move is the right move to make. And sometimes we get information that comes through that says, hold up, maybe the time isn't right, or maybe this isn't the one to go with. Take it how it resonates, right? It could be a big deal in your life. It could be something small that passes through today. It's going to resonate differently for each of you. But keep in mind that whatever it is, it's a burden released, right? A burden relieved. We start off with this Empress energy, the ability to manifest it all, nurture it all, take care of it all. This is divine feminine energy, the matriarchal energy, right? And it's in the upright, able to create and manifest, right? And nurture all of that. I'm hearing the power of creation, right? And it's sitting right next to this Four of Swords in the reverse. Sorry about the sirens. But maybe it's you, like ready to go, ready to activate. You or someone in your environment that has been maybe sitting around long enough. Feel like you've definitely healed from whatever it was that you needed to sit with for a while. And now there's this real deal opportunity offer bit right at 333 ready to come to you. Is it the right one? Is this the move that you want to make? News comes through maybe about things not being settled. The Four of Wands in the reverse being in the center of the spread means that this is affecting everything, right? And it's like a lack of celebration. Like here's enthusiasm and here's the balloon, all of the air coming out of it, right? The people around, maybe they're not ready. Maybe the people around you aren't quite ready to be celebrating yet. And this kind of stalls things out a little bit. Chariot in the reverse, the head and the heart aren't on the same page. One thing's trying to go somewhere, another thing is trying to go somewhere else, and all it's doing is, digging those wheels further down into the mud and getting them stuck. So there's this reconsideration, right? What needs to be left out? What is it that isn't serving the process? What is it that isn't good for it or doesn't belong in that equation, right? In that situation? This is it's 5 of Pentacles, and it looks like leftovers. Looks like those bits of things that just didn't get eaten. 444, and that's okay. Not all rooms are for us, and not everyone is for our rooms, and that's fine, because there are rooms for everyone and everything. right? And it's a matter of making the appropriate decisions when designing these things for ourselves, right? Two of Wands and the reverse, no longer at a crossroads. It's like this whole center row here is in the reverse. It's like, I'm ready to go, but are the people around me ready to go? It's got you like kind of stopped up at this crossroads, saying, you know, I don't think that that's an option that I want to take here. Queen of Swords in the reverse, cutting decisions, communication, being very I heard appropriate about this, and that's okay. You know, like I said, there is a time, a space, and a place for everyone and everything, and sometimes things just aren't lining up. Like maybe the other people involved aren't ready, or they're not in a celebratory mood, or maybe there's like some sort of stalling here. We're gonna get some clarifiers for all of this, but I do take note that we just had the Libra and full moon, and we start with the Empress, which is major arcana for Libra and Taurus, right? And then we end with the Queen of Swords, which is also air energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Oh, ancestors, spirits, guides, tell us about this Empress energy. Look at that. With the Empress, we get the Knight of Wands, confident, charismatic, restless, events requiring immediate action, trust your instincts, stay focused, a passionate relationship, right? And that's coming out with this Empress card here. And again, we just said that. This is confirmation of that you're ready to get up and go, right? Very enthusiastic, very excited, but not because you're in Empress energy, because you have mastered your head, your heart, your emotions, all of those things. You know that to move too quickly and invest in something that's not ready to be invested in yet wouldn't be the move you want to make. So you got to keep your wits about you, right? Stay focused. It says stay focused. Let's find out about this. We're going to find out about this Page of Wands. This is all where it's coming from, right? The Empress wanting to move, getting some news, and then the Five of Pentacles, like what is available and what isn't available. Let's see here. What is this Page of Wands? Can you tell us about this news, this enthusiastic news? A lot of fire. The Dreamer, check that out. That's the Fool. Again, this new enthusiasm, excitement, wanting to get up and go. There are these candy canes there, right? It says a new start, trust yourself, push your fears aside and take a leap of faith. And that's right. And again, you know, you might be ahead of the game here because you've reached the Empress status, because you've reached this point. Again, this is where you're coming from, right? Ooh, what is the Five of Pentacles? This is where it's like the stopping block. And again, Queen energy, a lot of feminine energy coming out. This is the Queen of Cups, loving, compassionate, psychic, self-sacrificing, deep psychic insights, caring for others, but forgetting to take care of yourself. Trust your intuition, a deep love of family and friends, follow the heart. Here you go. It could be that you are creating something or wanting to create something that does allow for movement, that it is like I would say like all inclusive, but there's a space, like everyone's talents are needed, right? All the components are necessary. You have trust and faith in all of these things coming forward, but you do understand that some things are ready, some things are ready to be taken out of the oven, some things have been sitting on the counter for too long. Take it as a metaphor, right? However it resonates. But there's some things that are fresh and edible and ready to be prepared and served, and some things that aren't quite ready yet, and some things that are over and done with, right? And what are you bringing to your table? What is being served to your guests, to the people around you, right? Very interesting. It's like, you know this, you know what it is. Let's go to the Four of Swords. This is getting interesting. Six of Cups. Ready to move beyond those spaces of nostalgia, move beyond the spaces of the past, and at the same time kind of remembering them fondly. I feel like it's like propelling you forward. Like, yes, this nourished you. Yes, this got you where you are, but you don't want to stay there. And there's this feeling of other people or situations, like emotional nesses that are kind of in that space. And again, that might be something that is, you know, spent, something that's past its prime, ready not to be served, right? Not to be included in the thing, because it could bring that spoiling energy to the rest of the stuff. So keep that in mind here. It's got that feeling of like getting like sat at that table long enough and now getting ready to move. It says children or childhood, revisiting old dreams or plans, embracing your inner child, the return of people or romances from your past, romanticizing about how things used to be. But I think that you know that there's no going back, for one, that you're ready to move forward, for two. But keep in mind that there's like a real familial energy, whether it be like your actual family, like your actual parentage and children, or vice versa, like you as a child and your parents involved. There is this like ancestral feeling. There's this progressive feeling. There's like the shifting of roles feeling, right? Where you are stepping in, I heard stepping up to the plate. I heard stepping into the plate. So be careful with that. But again, it's about a time of movement, and this might not be celebrated, 11:11 on my clock here, by the people around you. Four of Wands in the reverse. Can you please tell us about this Four of Wands? Can you tell us about this Four of Wands in the reverse? There we go. The Chariot. So now I have the Chariot out twice. I'm looking at the back end of this, and it's the Five of Cups. So this whole deck, the Radley Valentine Angels deck, is all in the upright. But look at that. And again, like, you're ready to go, they're not. Your head and your heart are on a page that theirs aren't on. And so it's keeping that from being mobile. It's keeping you from being upwardly mobile in your ideas. It says rewards that come from hard work, successfully balancing many priorities at once, determination, willpower, and public recognition. We're letting go of burdens that aren't ours to carry or that aren't necessary anymore. You know, again, like cleaning off the counter, cleaning up the kitchen, going through your satchel and finding out that you don't need all these things that you're carrying around. Last Easter, let me tell you about this. Side note, last Easter, I used to carry this big old purse around with me everywhere I went. And I always would just, you know, if I paid in cash, would get the change. I would say, oh, I'm saving it for something, whatever it might be, you know, because you can save a lot of money that way. But I didn't realize I was carrying around this weight. So I got a new purse right around this time because it was Easter time, and I dumped the change out, and it was $28 and change. Do you know how much that weighed? And I was just carrying it around. So rather than put candy and the Easter eggs for the kids, we just loaded them up with all this quarters and change and, you know, things like this. And they were so excited because it was really like finding treasure, right? And it relieved the weight and the burden of what I was carrying. It returned something to them, offered something to them that wasn't sweets, right? And it, like, you know, you realize, damn, I have been carrying this around for so long. We talked about that last time too, about like the elasticity that you feel, this like weird jello-ness that we feel when we set down a weight, and then we realize how strong we have been, right? So there's something about that in this, that where you're going, where you see yourself and envision yourself being, and this taking you and carrying you, you know, maybe it's not the place that you were in the past and the people and things from the past, even if it's the memory of those things, it's not with you. It's, you know, it's not celebrating that thing, and there might be some lamentation about that, some sadness and letting that go, but you realize that that's okay. Everybody and everything is where they're supposed to be, and when it's time for you to move forward, it's time for you to move forward. So you're no longer at this crossroads about what to do. Right. Like you realizing that if you stay in this space or try to push it where you would like for it to go, it limits the options of space. It feels like a tree falling over a path, or like a pathway being blocked, but it's mostly within yourself, say, because you realize that that's not a traversable path. Tell me about this too. That's the one, the Two of Wands. Now we get the King of Cups. Look at Five again, Five of Swords. Look at that winning at all costs energy on the bottom. That's not happy winning, right? That's like, it feels rough. It's an unwise choice. Here we've got the three. Oh, now we got the Three of Cups and the King of Cups coming out here. from the interior space with it to the exterior space with it, to taking the action from the inside choice and feeling of it, to activating on that, right? The going from the queen to the king energy, and again the community here and the people around you, and it's come out where he's kind of facing a different direction. They're all going this way and he's this way, and again there's this idea of a return of something from the past, and like re-examining that this king will this energy here will always know how everyone is feeling around, what their emotional needs are and how to respond to them. But you'll never see that. They'll never show you how. I mean, you won't see their feelings. You will see that they care about you. You will see that that is being expressed. You will see that those things are being addressed, but they won't let you know how they feel. And that might be where you're at. You're deciding, like, maybe, I can address the situation for this, not be cruel, not be crude, allow them to go on their merry way, or stay where they are and be there and still like accept these new ships that are coming in, look out onto the horizon, see what else is available, right? Because the choice that needs to be made is almost like the choice that's obvious if you want to get past this. Tell us about this Ace of Pentacles. I'm really proud of you guys for acting so maturely in this situation. We can't always guarantee that of others, but we can try it our best ourselves, and it's not always easy or simple. And that's part of that maturation process, that growing process. It could be like parents and a grandparent here. It could, again, it's got that generational feeling. Take it however it resonates. Can you tell us about the Ace of Pentacles, please? Yes, look. Gosh, do we love that. The work that you're doing, the things that you have to offer, again, the Empress energy, they're all related to the threes. We have the threes out here, 3 of Pentacles, now 3 of Cups, and the Empress energy, and the Wheel on the bottom for this. Look at that. Well, look at how gorgeous that is. Like having the ability, resources, know-how, mastery to be able to take a small bit of that and really bring in the change of luck, bring in the, I heard respondents, so I'm not sure exactly what that means. Preponderance, weird. Do what you love. Recognition for the highest quality of work, especially creative endeavors, being paid well for your craft, working well with others, and excellent reputation. You are doing great. You are doing excellent. There's like a cat fight going on in the background. If you hear noises, they're okay. They're just two cats. So this why is this stopping it up? Why are we going from this gorgeous, beautiful energy, right? The wheel is turning. There is a bit going in and a lot coming out. Right? So, and the 6 of Wands is underneath of that. So again, why is there this feeling of stuckness? This feeling of, I heard, misfortune. Again, who are we including in this? And then we have to like let down some burdens and let go of some things that aren't ours. Can you tell us and clarify why this Chariot is in the reverse? 4 of Pentacles. Somebody is holding on too tightly. Somebody is holding on too tightly. So here is the investment. Here is the work. Here's all of the things being made. And yet somebody is refusing to let go of something that would let those horses out of the barn. Like let them out and run out in the pasture. What is this? It says, managing your resources wisely, extremes in how you give or receive money, time, or emotions, smart business decisions, seeing things as black and white, and being charitable. It's like it's or this or that thing. And that's interesting, seeing things as black and white. Look at those horses. It's this one or that one. It's this one or that one. It isn't necessarily a yes or a no or a positive or negative. It could be, but it's definitely like an opposites. Like opposite ends of the spectrum. And again, that makes things not work out well. It's also called the Miser card. So in the upright, it is wise decision making. It is holding on to things and not risking it all on the wheel there. But at the same time, that feeling of not letting things go, of not being charitable with yourself, or others not being charitable with you. There's this, however that goes in your case, right? There's this blockage that's happening. And so we rely now on our, look at that, standing on higher ground for that Seven of Wands. Defensive energy, stand up for yourself and your beliefs, have confidence, challenge those in power, but also choose your battles wisely. Again, with this decision, and here comes the Queen of Swords energy, who is the decision, one of the keen decision makers of the tarot. Tell us about this Queen of Swords. It's about taking that heart space out of it. Ten of Pentacles. And again, there's going to be some disruption. Not everybody's going to like this. We're ending with 10-10. This is it. And it is resolved. It says financial security for yourself and your family, inheritance or retirement, peace and contentment in life, honoring family traditions, pride in the family tree, passing on knowledge. And again, there could be some conflict about how this is achieved, but you've lived and you've learned, and so you know that sometimes you got to move forward regardless of the people who are staying stuck, because they're not moving forward. They're stagnant. They're stationary. And if you would like to move, you have a choice. You can either move around them in circles, you can move backwards, or you can move forward. And if you want to get somewhere, you realize that you have to let go of some of those burdens that aren't yours to carry and make a decision here. It says an unwise choice. There's a better way that will make you happier. Avoid people who lack integrity or have questionable motives. See? You have a choice here. What are you holding on to? Who are you holding on to? What ideas are you holding on to? What kind of battles are you because it holding on to them too tightly is keeping you stuck, which is so strange when you have so much valuable things to offer, right? Yeah. I heard quick wit. Like, use your wits about you. Let's get some tea leaf cards. Oops. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic there. Let's get some clarifiers. Again, however this resonates, if it's yours, take it. If it isn't, leave it. There's messages coming out for different people. We're a small, strong few, but there's still, multiple people here. 222. So some of these messages might be directly for you. If they are, you will know. If they're not and they're leaving you confused, don't worry about it. They're just coming out for someone else. The general overall message is for everyone here. Take it how it resonates. Tell us about this Empress energy. Tell us about this Empress energy that wants to get moving. Abstract symbols. A cross. This is a powerful symbol to see in your cup. A cross that looks like a crucifix indicates success and happiness. You will achieve your goals. A cross that looks like an X is a warning. Proceed with caution. I will note that this is, we're coming up on Easter. Again, here we're just talking about Easter, the crucifix, and the cross. It indicates you will achieve happiness and success in your goals. So it could be like right this time here, right? It doesn't matter if it's Easter when you're watching this, it's when these cards were drawn. So there could be something significant there for you. It says meanings with an S, a steeple, disappointment, sunrise, a new beginning, a sense of rebirth, swallow, joyful news from a loved one, swan, a happy marriage, sword, lovers' quarrels. So if you see any of those symbols, take note. Right? Take note. But I think, again, that there's like this, like extreme happiness and extreme disappointment, depending on the perspective and where it is you're coming from and what it is that is wanted. So that's why the head and the heart have to get on the same page. And it's about holding on to the work, defending your higher ground. And at the same time, letting go of things that unwise choices to hold on to things that are holding you back or keeping you in stagnant space. Can you please tell us about this Three of Pentacles and this Ace of Pentacles? That's a lot. It says, but indeed, I would rather have nothing but tea. Jane Austen. And what did this say? Do what you love. That's the wise choice here. Bird symbols. Wow. A goose. A venture will be successful and make you money, generally indicative of happiness and prosperity. Chicken, things at home and from your childhood give you happiness right now. Perhaps you will spend more time with family or meet an old friend. A nest, this is a symbol of emotional security, a desire to create a safe, loving home. This could signify a committed relationship. A lot to do here with families, with generations, with what makes you feel at home. You can feel at home with the people around you and still make different choices and live a different lifestyle, right? And you can still go home and get a hug from that person and love them where they are and then go out and live your life. It's when we make choices that make us stay where we aren't done growing yet. Right. Abstract lines. The small tea leaves often form lines in the teacup. The line indicates the journey. A long line would indicate a long journey. A wavy or broken line means delayed in journeys, and straight lines mean quick journeys. If the number 6 were to appear, this would indicate the journey could last up to 6 weeks or 6 days. Alternately, it could mean the journey will be taken in 6 weeks or 6 days. We do have a lot of number 3s out here. We have a lot of number 4s out here, and we have the chariot 10s and 7s. So take that how it resonates. You know, there's a lot of little journeys along the path for the long journey. So the little things we pick up along the way. Be visiting people, don't let them pull you back. If you are going back to visit old family, friends, people you haven't seen in a while, don't let them pull you back into that version of yourself that maybe you'd grown out of since the last time you saw each other. You use it as a reminder of how far you've come. Can you please tell us about this chariot? We would like to know about this journey. So we would like to know about symbols beginning with the letter B. Broom. Changes in life. It could signify a new home. A lot to do with home, a lot to do with nesting, a lot to do with where we're coming from, where we're going, and where we feel comfortable. Where do you feel comfortable? Bull, it means slander by enemies. The symbol is a warning. And like gossipy people in the background who are limiting the options of where you can go if they could, because they're not ready to be where you're ready to go. All right? Keep that in mind. Butterfly. Ooh, this is an ancient symbol for the soul, and it signifies pleasure and happiness, considered a lucky symbol. It also symbolizes transformation. Look at this deck out here that we'll get up next, and it talks about trusting your wings, having trust and faith in your wings. All right, I just want to know about this 10 of Pentacles. I want to know about this decision. I want to know which is the way to go, the wise way to go, and give our Aquarians and viewers, people who are watching this, some security, some faith, some I heard rest assured. Ooh, I heard rest assured. Look at this. Symbols beginning with the letter F. Fire, passion, sensual longing, and anger. Look what lurks by. And what lurks by is the Queen of Swords, the 10 of Pentacles, the Chariot in reverse, and the 4 of Pentacles. So what about this is pissing you off? All right. And what about it is pissing other people off, and is that warranted? Like if you did something to someone or someone did something to you that warrants some anger, like frustration, right? Okay, that's one thing. But if it's just you out living your life, shining, making decisions that are different than the decisions of the people around you, and they're angry because of that, even though you didn't directly do anything to hurt them or with malice or out of negativity, that's on them. That shows a lot about them and where they are. And they don't let that be a reflection on your progress and how well you're doing. Okay, we fish, good news from afar. If it's in the midst of the dots, a journey is predicted. And I keep seeing this with this Chariot and having like limited options of which way you can go. This could be about making those choices to get your mobility back. Right. A flag, a warning sign, bringing attention to something important in your life. And then flowers, a good fortune, a happy marriage. Look how those flowers kind of look like wheels. They look like little cogs, like maybe from a clock. Okay, symbols beginning with the letter C. Coffin, news of death of someone or something. All right, this could be something that happened in the past that is bringing you to this point, right? Maybe it was something that came along. It could be the ending of something. And again, like the ending of this situation, the ending of this ideal, the ending of this generational curse. Generational curses are close friends. An ending one would be their death. So we can mourn that previous self, right? Previous circumstance, and allow it to be rebirthed into this new thing. I'm feeling a lot of that with that Six of Cups energy here, right? A comb, a new hairstyle, or a whole new wardrobe. The way that you present yourself, a whole new you, right? Being seen differently. Like just as soon as they come in contact with you, your essence, your energy feels different. What you value, what you're showing them feels different, right? A comet, this symbolizes a major change. You are approaching a fateful moment in the compass and travel. Whether you be traveling in real time, like across traversing the land here, or water, by land, air, or sea, or if you're traversing the soul path, right? Having that compass, knowing which way you're going, what you're giving to. Symbol beginning with the letter J on the bottom, look, signifies generosity. Your friends are planning a celebration or a party, jewels, expensive gifts. Be careful if you get a get together where people are trying to suck you back in by promising you things. Are those the things you want, and are those things going to get you where you're trying to be, where your soul needs you to be, where we as a collective need you to be? All right. Those things are valuable. Those things are valuable that you are holding and that you have on offer to us, and that were given to you to help us all expand and grow. Don't squander it. What did Charlie's Grandpa Joe say about the golden ticket? You sell something so rare for something as common and ordinary as money. Keep that in mind. All right. But we all do need money, and we do have this 10 of Pentacles here. So I'm telling you, it's the value, not to squander it. Make wise choices. Stop fighting. Let go of the burdens. We have the letters J, S, B, C, and F. All right. Let's... Ancestors, spirits, guides. Look at honor your wisdom, manifest your magic, and become a wonder hunter. And it's the Easter Bunny. Timely, timely, timely. 3232. Honor your wisdom. Don't lose your wonder, that childlike wonder, that expressive voice, that need to just do what you love, right? That's where the wisdom is coming from. Honoring that wisdom, right? The wisdom of that, because you know that it helps you manifest your magic, those valuable things that you have to offer us, and that were given to you. 33, all these numbers, you guys. Ooh. As we said that, I said 3232. That's card number 32. Maybe you're 32 years old. Maybe this is about a 5, the changes that are occurring. All right, we're just going to get a soul, where are they called? Soul messages. I can't remember. Okay, there. Soul truth. Self-awareness. And then I'll let you guys get back to your day. I'll get back to mine. Today is my birthday. So I'm excited, and it's a beautiful day. It's weird. Talking about like those things, like letting go of things from the past and growing into the new self and all of that, right? It applies to everybody and everything. It is the astrological new year, right? The time of Aries. What have you gone through this past year? What have you accomplished over this past year? How are you different? How are you presenting yourself different when you look in the mirror? What different things about you do you see? Can you see how much you've grown? My, how much you've grown. What a wonder that is. You know, that we can, even after our physical bodies stop growing in height, that our minds can grow, our spirit, our emotions, all of those things. Look, am I on the right path? What are we talking about here? 2 of Pentacles, or 2 of Wands on the reverse. It says, sometimes we second guess what we are doing. We lose trust in the process and question if we are even on the right path at all. Know this. You are on the right path. Keep going. Keep believing. Keep remembering that you made a soul contract that you're currently fulfilling in every area of your life, even if you can't see it. That doesn't mean it's not real. Wow. Today, search for all the ways you are aligned with your soul's purpose. The signs will appear. Let this newfound trust fuel your next steps. That compass, the comet. Whoa. Am I letting fear stop me? Husta. Clear that energy out. Oh. Some trade their dreams for comfort, yet comfort is the enemy of progress. Success requires showing up in every single day, even when you don't feel like it, and even when it feels uncomfortable. It takes guts and an endless vision to stay consistent to your dream. Today's soul action. Journal where you can be more consistent in your life, in alignment with your soulful goals. Then show up. Thank you, Spirit. Oof. I hope that was helpful. I hope that you got something out of it. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for remembering to hit like and subscribe and let me know if this resonated with you. And thanks for coming back and seeing us again next time. Bye.
Transformation in 3, 2, 1.